John Ekker, and this is Basketball Talk Pro. One thing I want to cover that I think I left out in the last talk when we talked about the samurai method of overcoming fear, and coaches have to do that. I use the term fear, but I also want you to understand that doubt is equally as dangerous for you. Fear will absolutely paralyze you. You won't do anything. You'll do everything to avoid what you should do. Doubt, though, kind of creeps in, and it keeps you from doing your best work. You can't put your heart and soul into something if there's doubt. And so you have two things you have to be careful with. I don't want to go into the whole thing again because we covered it last time, but it did come to my mind that I can't overlook telling you about doubt. Well, today we're going to look at defensive footwork. It's actually something I told you I was going to do. It's part of our first part of practice. We do 4 things: talk to the team, shooting drill, 10-minute shooting drill, which we count the shots, 10 minutes or so stretching without anyone talking, and then the 4th thing is our defensive footwork drills. Like our shooting drills, we have 2 of them, and we alternate them every day. Now, these drills that I'm going to show you are very simple, but as you should know by now, almost everything I show you is very simple. It isn't the simplicity, it isn't, you don't have to have, I've learned this, and you will learn this if you coach long enough. Complex drills are much more difficult for the players. Simple drills that you repeat day after day after day will get your players to do things smoothly and instinctively, and that instinctiveness helps them to improvise, make things up when they have to. Well, in defense, it's no different. And the other thing I'd say about these drills is I work hard at them. You know, other people could run these drills probably and not get much out of them, but I work at it. And because I've done it so long, I know what to correct, when to correct, when not to correct. But if you put yourself into these drills, you get a lot out of it. I've had tremendous success with players being able to defend the ball because we work at it. And that means we don't have to rotate. We don't have to come off people. Anybody gets beat, of course. But if you can cut the number of times down and make those opponents have to work hard to score. I only emphasize 2 things in these drills. Number 1 is, I'm a believer in this, that when you use your defensive slide footwork drills, you need to bring your feet together. Most people get half the distance because they don't bring their feet together and then step off. They bring it halfway and then step off. You'll see me demonstrate it in the film work. And the other thing that we really work hard at and employ it in both these drills is the ability for you to drop your foot in the direction of the drive. That don't make any difference whether one foot's up or the other foot's up. I don't worry about that. In a game, players have got much more things to think about. But when the drive starts, that first step is so important, and almost always you're going to have to drop that foot that's forward. We work on that. and I want you to see that, and you will see it in the film work. We have two phases coming up. One, I'm going to show you the 2 drills on the whiteboard, just so when we move into the film work, we can avoid a lot of the instruction and get right into the drills themselves so that you can see them, how they're run with players. Again, the players have never seen these drills before. A lot of them haven't had much work on footwork. But in a season, they get a lot of footwork, defensive footwork work with us, and that makes them feel more natural and comfortable when they're playing in a game. So I want to go now to the whiteboard and show you the 2 drills. It won't take very long to show you. The film work will show you much more. Okay, the first drill I want to show you, we call it drill number 1, is simply a line drill that many of you probably did in 7th and 8th grade. But we worked this drill very hard, and because of that, and because we really believe in the drill, we have no doubt about the drill, we can put everything into it and we get a lot more out of it. One thing I will tell you is that we never run this more than 3 times, and it comes in short bursts, 15 to 20 seconds. We are not punishing players. I'm not out there to make them look tired and show them how manly we are and you wear you right down. I'm there to teach a skill that we need in our system of defense. So punishment is not a part of it. We line them up in 2 lines. That works the best. We go the length of the floor so they have plenty of room. And you'll see on the film that they do have plenty of room. The coach is here. He uses hand signals to get them sliding sideways, both ways, up and back, and then the diagonal footwork both ways. You see, in defense, you're playing backwards. You don't have to worry too much about going forward. But you never hardly ever go straight backwards. It's at an angle, always. So get your players used to going backwards at that angle by dropping that foot in the direction of the drive. We do this 3 times. First time slow, second time medium, third time fast and hard. Every day we do it. Drill number 2 is here, and this one's a lot easier to see out on the floor. We line 2 people up. We have 2 lines. We position them there. They're in a defensive stance looking like this. On my signal, and I don't let them go on their own, the 2 guys come up at once. I say go, and then they go. They drive that slide step out to about the free throw line expended. Now they would drop their left foot to the free throw lane, drop their right foot in, and then they change lines. Over here, it's out to the free throw line, defensive slide, just like we worked in here, and they drop their right foot, left foot in, and change lines. We can run this very easily in about 5 minutes and get a good workout every time we want to do a combination of these 2 drills. Gives us lots of work on their footwork, as you'll see in the films now that we go to, and we'll be working with the same group I've had. We got about 11 college players that do this, but remember, they have not seen the drills before. Secondly, I think there's a number of them have never worked on defensive footwork. Some of them have, obviously. But even the pros need this kind of work if they're going to do a good job of defending the ball and not letting them get beat off of penetration. So let's go now to the film work, and you'll see how we do the drills right out on the floor. Okay, here you see the lineup that I put on the board for you, and I like to give them plenty of space. What I'm doing right now is explaining to them the use of the hands. What I'm telling them is that they need to work every day with their hands up when they make their defensive slide moves, so that in a game they don't get tired, for one thing, doing it that way. They have stamina, but they remember when they get in a defensive stance that their hands should be up and active. So now I'll take them through. The very first one every day is the same when we do this drill. The first one is very slow. See, I'm doing this very slow. And what I'm telling them is to follow me, not their feelings about going faster. But if a offensive man slows down, you got to slow down. Now here is very important. The drop step that I talked to you about on the whiteboard. And I'm going to back that up a little bit so you can see it. This is the first day for it. So, you know, there's a lot of experimenting. Let's see if I've got it. Okay. See, and not all the stances are real good yet, but you know, we have to demonstrate and get a feel for things before we can really bear down on them. There, you see the step there, the drop step through here. That's one of the very important things that we deal with in this drill, in all our, both of our defensive drills. And so we want them to get comfortable with this. Watch it again there. Now they're not very fast with it, but you'll see in a while that we can make that go pretty fast. Now, I want to get by a little bit of this instruction. Now, what I'm demonstrating here, I'm going to demonstrate, is if you don't bring your feet together, how you shorten the distance that you can travel. I'll be showing, see, I'm showing them now. You know, some of them are okay. They were doing it anyway, putting their feet together. But and I just want you to see the demonstration. I am again just showing them that you're half a step. You're going halfway. Now, I think I show them the full step. Yeah, you see, bringing the feet together, it makes so much difference. You'd be surprised how players pick up. I had a college player that I just showed that to. It was a girl. I showed it to her maybe took 5 minutes, and honestly, she just her one-on-one defense just improved overnight. Okay. Okay, now this will be the second set. It'll go a little bit faster. Now we've talked to them about their footwork. Watch for that, bringing their feet together, and watch for how they throw their leg back on that one move. You have to drive that leg back. See, they're going harder now. but it's not hard yet. Watch your footwork. Okay, there's the first one at the drop step. This guy didn't do it on the far side, on the close side, I mean. See, I don't keep them out there very long. Um, okay, we're getting ready for number uh, 3 now, which is harder, but we only do 3. Players know it. They don't. They don't have to think that they're going to be up there all day. We don't punish them. We're working on a skill here that we want to perfect. Watch that drop step. Some of them are not doing it real well. But this is the first day. It's obvious to me that a lot of them have not had much work. There, that was a good one there on this kind of footwork. Otherwise, they pick it up. Some of them are picking it up pretty quick. See the drop step? We- are trying to move them a little faster now. In 2, 3 days, we'll move them a lot faster. So that's it. 3 times. That's all we ask of them. And now we'll go take a look at drill number 2. Okay, this is drill number 2. We alternate, as I told you, each day. You'll have a little trouble seeing the players line up down here, but I think you can get the idea. They all start the same. I'd recommend you have a towel. Now don't do this standing over in here. Get down there with the players. Get right in there with them, and they can hear you. And we never allow them to go on their own. They must wait for me to say go. And the first one, they go very slow, trying to get their footwork. I'm reminding them about the hands, arms up. Okay. Now, this one over here is not going to be bad. This player hasn't got it yet. He's feeling it out. There, see that foot drop down. Now this time they're dropping the right foot. When they get over here, they drop the left foot. So each time they are working on a different foot. You can see he just mixed up. It's okay. Gosh, I've had all kinds of people that have to struggle with this. They probably have not spent a lot of time on footwork. Well, in a season with us, they're going to spend a lot of time on it. The guy on this side was not bad. You watch like I'm watching. The guy over here is doing it very slow. That's okay because he's never done it before. I'd say this guy has probably worked on footwork in his career. This one obviously hasn't, so he's got to take his time, and that's what I tell him to do. And get the footwork down first, and then you can speed up. Some of them have a pretty good feel for it, so they start out pretty fast. That's okay. Now the drill will speed up because we don't have to wait very long before we send the next group. Still pretty slow, but now they should pop in there. They change lines, so they're doing it on both sides. That's what gives them total footwork. See how we're going a lot faster now. And once they get on it, 5 minutes of this every day, you'd be surprised. But now they're going to get a lot better on it. You know, as they do it every day. That guy on the far side made a mistake. But now you remember this guy was the guy who made the mistakes in the first run through, but now he's getting it. And we're telling them to keep their feet together, bring their feet together. This is all part of it. Just day after day, you know, we do this. So we get pretty good at it. And then we apply this to their one-on-one, and we make them just a little bit better, sometimes a lot better, at guarding a man. I remind coaches constantly, if you're getting penetrated, then you got to work with your players on one-on-one, and this is a good drill for them. Well, that's drill number 2. And as I said, we alternate them each day. I think it's very important to work with your players on footwork like this. They're 2 simple, very simple drills, but repetition day after day, and all of a sudden the footwork becomes something you don't even have to think about. And then you're in a better position to guard that guy one-on-one. Well, that's it for both of those drills. Now there you have the diagram of the drills, and you saw it on the film work. And I wanted you to see those. I had told you some time ago that I would come back to that. I think when we did the pre-practice, not pre-practice, it's part of practice, shooting drills that we kind of warm up with. And that gives us our day, 4 things. They do the same thing every day. I can't tell you how important I feel about that, because I guarantee you it cuts your discipline problems down, cuts your instruction amount of time down, and you don't have to be talking to the players all the time. I've never had a team that has been any different from Chinese players to pro players, that after they get into this and know what's coming, they settle into a kind of quiet, serene, but aware and intense attitude for the practice. And it helps our practices a lot, having those 4 consistent things. And I think it would help you also. And I think you'll find that you have to spend less time harassing players and yelling at players and instructing. Because those first 4 things, I hardly have, after a week or 2, I hardly have to say anything. They know what to do. They're just perfecting what they're doing. So we're getting close to Christmas, and I hope you guys are getting some time off. But I know a lot of you are playing in tournaments and stuff. But let's have a nice holiday season. Enjoy ourselves, enjoy our life, because we have a good life. Thank you.